Sondra Anderson mentioned in the Worldwide History of Tattoos that humans have been marking their skin for thousands of years. Around the world, across cultures, tattoos have held countless different significances, she said. After hearing my speech, you will be familiar with the most popular forms of tattoos and how it's evolved since then. Tattoos are a form of permanent art that stays on your body forever, and in fact, you see them very often. Literally anywhere you will see people with tattoos, and sometimes you judge them before even knowing them because of it or what they got on their body. There's so many different meanings and reasons why people get tattoos, like a word or an image that means something to you, a year, your favorite cartoon. It could be that they like the art that the artist made, so they want to get it. I actually have tattoos. I have 1973, which is my dad's birth year. And that is my most meaningful tattoo. He's done a lot for me when I was young, and as a parent you should, but he raised us all by himself, so 3 daughters, 1 boy, and so it was really hard on himself, and he did a great job. Love Yours is a song that my dad showed me when I was young that stood out to me. Basically says that there's no such thing as a life that's better than yours. That's literally the meaning of that song. And then these are birth flowers for my family. Each month of the year, there's a flower associated with your birth month. So that's what I got. And then a butterfly that symbolizes growth for me. I just feel like I've grown so much over the years, and I continue to grow, not only physically but mentally, and more knowledgeable, so that also means a lot to me. I first started getting tattoos when I was 19, and it was the only thing I wanted for years. But living in a Hispanic household, it was really hard to convince my dad of pretty much anything. But as you can tell, I'm pretty good at it. Today I will tell you about the few major forms of tattoos and help you identify each one. The 3 major forms of tattoos are traditional tattoos, fine line tattoos, and realism tattoos. But let's start where tattoos came from. The earliest evidence of a tattoo on a body comes from the 5,200-year-old Iceman found on the Italian-Austrian border in 1991, says the Brickstore Museum. Looking back at that time, you wonder what their tattoos looked like, how they were made, and what it meant, but unfortunately we may never know. But what we do know is what we do have now, and the instruments we do have now to make our tattoos, and what we want on our body that stays on our body forever. So now let's talk about the major forms of tattoos. The history of the traditional tattoos is a form of art that plays an important role in tattoos. Sailor Jerry is a well-known name in the tattoo world. He started traditional tattoos in the 1930s. American traditional tattoos tells a story of resilience, adventure, and individuality that marks your skin with a legacy as enduring as the ink itself, says the Honorable Society. Many modern tattoo artists are drawn to these types of tattoos not only because of their aesthetic beauty, but because of the cultural significance. Many think that during this time it was used for symbolic reasons in ancient societies. Since we know a little bit about traditional tattoos, let's turn to fine line tattoos. Fine line tattoos has been around for many years. It's a tattoo so thin, delicate, and elegant. Many tattoo artists say that these are more meaningful and that they maintain its shape and color and lines over time. The tools used to create these fine line tattoos are precise and clean. Not only does fine line take longer, but it also pushes the artist's boundaries and patience with this art. Now, Imagine a tattoo so lifelike it looks like it's about to jump off your skin. These are realism tattoos. The evolution of realism tattoos comes from the progress in the making of this tool, color, and techniques. Realism tattoos are featured in art shows, and how because of how real they look and detailed it is, there are many tattoo inventions, not only for realism but also like fine line and traditional. According to a Pew Research Center survey, 80% of adults believe that tattoos are being more welcomed in the past 20 years. Tattoos have become acceptable in the workplace. By Genia McFarland says it's just like everything. The more visible and the more okay society becomes of it, the more people just do it, and people just become more accepting of it. So now we know about the 3 major forms of tattoos, and hopefully you can identify them on people when you see them. Thank you.